I am answering a question from my Bible study, and it's from Philippians chapter 2, verses 6 through 11. And the question is, what truths about Jesus' nature, character, and deeds most humble you and move you to praise? And so I wrote that, well, Jesus was equal to the Father, but he came in the form of a servant and as a man. And it says, Paul says he made himself of no reputation, which means that he didn't come from um, like a reputable family. He wasn't from some super lineage. He wasn't like noble in any way. He was just, no reputation at all whatsoever. No like prince, no like heir to the throne, no rich type reputation. He had no reputation. He was, and it says he became obedient to the point of death, even the death of the cross, which is a humiliating death. It wasn't that he was obedient to the point of death. It was he was obedient to the point of dying a humiliating death on the cross. And it that really moves me when it comes to Jesus. And it also pushes my character in a certain direction, in the direction of humility, because it is so prevalent in our society to become to be noticed, to stand out. That's what I was trying to think of. It's so prevalent in our society to stand out and and blow up and stuff like that. But that's not what Jesus did. And his, because he, the message that he carried with him was the gospel. It's not so much of who Jesus was, obviously. What it says is let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus, who being in the form of God did not consider it robbery to be equal with God, but made himself of no reputation, taking the form of a bondservant and coming in the likeness of men. So it's not so much, Jesus wasn't over here saying, well, I'm God, so you have to listen to me. No, he concealed that. The emphasis was never on who Jesus was. The emphasis was always on the message that Jesus was delivering. The emphasis was always on the offer of of reconciliation with God. That is what Jesus was putting the emphasis on. And I feel like that just teaches me a huge lesson. It's never about myself. It's with Christians, with followers of Christ, it's never about ourselves. It is about the message. The message is powerful in and of itself. The people have a response to the glory of God, not to us. Even Jesus, this is what Jesus set as an example. And even Jesus followed it perfectly. He never overstepped that, and he never drew on the fact of who he was. He never did that. He never outshone the glory of God. He never outshone the message that he was, that he was ultimately responsible for. And that, I mean, that is just, that's why Jesus is so endearing. But also he's so powerful, and he just, it's so inspiring because he's such a beautiful person. And I like it when things like this emphasize that and make you think about it, because like I said, it pushes you on the inside, the inner man. It 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 pushes it in a certain direction while also forming something that's very, very fundamental about true Christianity, and that is humility. Humility all the way to the grave, obedience all the way to the grave. That that is um, that is a part of that goes along with Christianity. It's a fundamental. It's something that you. It's like people who do not at least attempt this cannot call themselves Christians. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they say, what arguments they have. It doesn't matter what proof they have of, uh, of blessings or of ministry. This is the truth, and this is the way, and this is because this is the example that Jesus left. When we examine him, we are never going to see anything admirable about him except for his humility and his obedience and um his unbelievable, oh my gosh, his reverence of God, of the glory of God.